Joining me now, Norm Eisen, Executive Chair of State Democracy Defenders Fund, publisher and co-founder of The Contrarian, and White House ethics czar in the Obama administration. He's part of several lawsuits challenging the legality of Elon Musk's role within the Trump administration. Mr. Eisen, thank you very much for coming to the Sunday show. So is Trump, with all, I think the senator said it, a rampage of illegality? Do you think that President Trump is doing all of these things just to see how far he can go? Is he just trying to test the limits, or is he just blowing past the limits, devil may care?
Jonathan, he promised he would be a dictator on day one when he came to office. And he honored that promise, including by one of his very first acts was attempt to rewrite the Constitution. Donald Trump will decide who is a citizen, not the United States Constitution, the issue of whether people born here, right, birthright citizenship. And we know this about people who assume dictatorial powers. When they seize them for one day, they very rarely let go of them thereafter. And that's been true with Donald Trump. As he's violated law after law, he's invaded Article 1 prerogatives of Congress, interfering with spending, enjoined by the courts. That birthright citizenship, I've participated in that litigation, enjoined by the courts. He's fired people directly contrary to congressional laws. That's been enjoined by the courts, headed to the Supreme Court, and on and on and on. So I think he's very consciously trying to expand the powers. Indeed, he just said that if the president does it...
I have it right here. He who saves his country does not violate any law. That's the opposite of the American idea, that no one is above the law. He says, well, if I determine that I'm saving the country, I'm above the law. So I think it is a very serious threat. And that's why I've participated in about a dozen cases that we've brought or assisted with. Yeah, so I was going to ask you about the lawsuit involving Elon Musk. Talk about why go after him? Why not go after, just keep the lawsuits focused on Trump? 3
of those cases involve Elon Musk. The very first case saying, hey, this Doge is illegal. Jonathan, where is this Department of Government Efficiency approved by Congress, or Elon Musk approved by Congress? Then he got in the Treasury Department.
Right.
He attempted to get, well, we got another order. No, Elon, we blocked him out of the Treasury Department. The biggest was just filed last week. We say Elon Musk is acting as a kind of super cabinet member, but like a regular cabinet member, you must be approved by Congress under the Appointments Clause. The reason this is so important, Donald Trump has outsourced many of the functions of the presidency to Elon Musk, by far his largest benefactor in the campaign. He's an American oligarch. You see this in every autocratic regime. There's favored business figures. Elon Musk has business interests that many of these agencies he's cutting are regulating. So we've gone to court to say the Constitution doesn't allow this. We're very focused on this issue.
So a lot of these cases will probably end up at the Supreme Court. How confident are you that the Supreme Court will rule in your favor in all or maybe most of the cases?
Well, I'm confident they won't rule in my favor in all of the cases. I'm hoping that we see the Supreme Court that said right before the inauguration, the 5-4 court, the 3 liberals, plus the Chief Justice and Justice Amy Coney Barrett, 5-4, said those 34 felonies that Donald Trump committed, election interference and cover-up in and around 2016, he has to be sentenced. He desperately wanted to avoid that criminal sentencing. That 5-4 majority did the right thing. Will it be that one, or will it be the 6-3 majority that said he has these imperial powers, presidential immunity? We don't know. I'm hopeful that the court sees these attacks on the Constitution, on American law, on judges, Jonathan.
Yes.
They are judges. I hope they realize he might come for them next if they give him these powers. So, but remains to be determined.
Right. One more question. We have less than a minute left, but I wanted to ask you about all the goings on with New York City Mayor Eric Adams and the federal case against him, and the resignations of seven prosecutors who didn't want to end the prosecution. What does that say about the Trump administration and how it views the rule of law? Well,
the leader of those prosecutors, the interim U.S. attorney, Danielle Sassoon, and Antonin Scalia clerk.
Right.
She is very conservative. She resigned in the strongest terms. That is the kind of integrity we're hoping for, because she said it was a quid pro quo. You can't drop a criminal case in exchange for getting immigration policy help. So she was very upset by it. She did the right thing. The other six did as well. That's the kind of integrity that we're getting it from the lower courts. Now we need it from the Supreme Court.
Norm Eisen, I didn't even get a chance to have you put on your former ambassador to the Czech Republic hat to talk about what Europeans think about what the hell's going on with America in the second Trump term, but we'll just have to have you back.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you very much, Norm Eisen, for coming to the Sunday Show.